These people are very upset with the fact that you choose to live a more private life. When you choose to live a private life, you lessen the amount of people you have in your face trying to intrude into your life about things they know nothing about. People get very upset when they don't have easy access to your life and to the details thereof. When people are bent on trying to come against you and slander you in some way, they always want to have access to your life. And when you deprive them of that, that's when they grow upset with you. That's when they start coming at you. That's when they start trying to slander and assume different things about you simply because they don't know. There are some people who are accustomed to women being an open book. A lot of women just tell all of their business. They tell people about every little detail of their life. They tell people about every time they accomplish something. But the women who have gone through some things, the women who have gone through a lot of heartache, the women who have dealt with the ramifications of being an open book, understand that it's important to be more private and to be more quiet when it comes to the moves you make in your life and how you live. And when people recognize that, they see you moving differently, they suddenly take an issue with you. Should you care about that? Absolutely not. But some women get highly upset and don't understand why some people tend to back away, why your phone might dry up, why you're no longer getting invited to different parties or different events. And it's simply because you've become a more private person. Some people can only associate through messiness, meaning they like to be around you when you have a lot of issues, a lot of drama, maybe you're going through a hard time. That's when some people like to be around you the most. You know why? It's because some of those kind of people who are kind of weird in that way, they thrive on drama and negativity. It's because they find your downfall entertaining. As women, as wise women, we no longer allow people to use our downfalls, our shortcomings, our failures for their entertainment. And that's when you become more protective and start guarding your space, guarding your life. When you understand as a woman that some people are not going to be genuinely for you. There are some people who don't really support you. They offer fake support. They support you as long as you're not doing that well, as long as you're not accomplishing anything, as long as you're going through a lot of trials and tribulations. They're always around to lend a listening ear. And it's not because they care, it's because they want to gossip about your issues. They want to gossip about your drama and about your shortcomings. And when you recognize that, you stop telling them things. And the moment you stop telling them things, that's when they get distant. You can tell if a person was truly your friend, truly your support, truly there for you by what they stick around for. If people are only around you when things are going bad in your life, but the moment you come up even a little bit, now they grow distant, now they're not talking to you, now they don't feel the need to really reach out and call you, you can tell that person was only around you because they were looking at your life for entertainment value. There are some women, especially all people, but especially women, who get a kick out of seeing other women fail. And when you recognize that a lot of the people in your life, they might have been haters or at the least just miserable people who thrive on negativity, you start guarding your life, you start guarding your light, you start guarding your protection and your peace more. You realize that, look, I don't want to be anybody's entertainment. I don't want to be anybody's coffee table talk. I don't want to be the last topic of conversation that somebody laid down in the bed and had with their husband at night. I don't want that to be about me. So when you get more quiet and you decide, you know what, I'm going to handle this between myself and that person, I'm going to take it to God, or I'm just going to start dealing with my own issues. I'm going to seek out people who can actually help me and not just talk about me. Some women confide in people who cannot help them whatsoever. And I know a lot of this is because we have been a lot of women have been programmed to believe that the people closest to us are typically the ones who are the ones that are going to be able to help us the most, that we can confide in them, they're going to support us. But I can tell you from my own personal experience, sometimes confiding in what you call close family members makes situations worse. And sometimes it's because they can only offer you what they have experienced. And if some people have only experienced being the person who causes the issues, they don't know how to teach you how to get over issues. They're used to being the ones stirring up the drama. They're used to being the troublemakers. So people like that, they tend to thrive on the bad things that happen in your life. And instead of helping you, they give you this advice that makes things 10 times worse. And when you recognize that, it's like, okay, I need to stay away from them because they're making my situation worse. They're actually instigating the problem. And people who are a little bit jealous or envious of your life, they like to instigate a lot of things. And I'm a spiritual person, and much like the devil, I have to say exactly how it is. People who are very demonic in nature, they can see that you're already going through a hard time, and they instigate that. They pick at that. If you're going through something in your relationship, instead of trying to encourage you and tell you that things are going to get better, they further amplify the issues and make you think about everything that's going wrong. Some negative people, especially negative family members, are good for that. They like to amplify your problems instead of helping you to come up with a solution. Ladies, being more private will absolutely help you to avoid the negative advice that you get from some toxic, jealous family members, some close friends who you think are going to be there to support you. But once again, they do the same thing. They just instigate. The devil, demonic people with a wicked spirit, they like to instigate, add tension, and make things bigger than what they are. You could have been in a situation with another woman, you had a conflict, but you all are getting over it. And this weird acting, weird energy person, family member, friend, what have you, might come up to you and you remind you of what that person said or what they did and why you deserve to stay mad. They want to keep seeing the drama continue because once again, they find your life as entertainment value. Ladies, don't get caught up in that and don't let people use you as their entertainment. When you recognize that you're around people who really don't say much when you're just chill, when everything is great, when everything is fine, and the moment you're in something or something happens, they have a lot to say. Those people are not your supporters. Those people are there to instigate and make sure that you fail or have drama in some way. So being more private and moving in silence is an absolute must as a woman, especially as you level up mentally, spiritually, physically, financially. I can tell you, financially, mentally, you become more stable when you weed out people who are not always trying to come at you over something, who are not always trying to incite you to do something dramatic and crazy with your life. People who are not encouraging you to be irresponsible and wasteful with your money or with your time. People who like to instigate in the lives of other people, people who like to intrude on other people's privacy, they don't care if you lose everything that you worked hard for because all it's going to do is create entertainment for them, something for them to talk about. Yes, there are some people I truly believe who come into your life just so they can disrupt your peace, just so they can see you fail in some way. And you cannot give them that opportunity. Some people believe in this whole like a swapping and people trying to swap out your life and all these different kind of things. The way I see it, what is for you, and what God has for you, nobody can take from you. So regardless of how hard demonic, wicked, weird acting, jealous, envious people may act or what they try to do, if you're aware of their games and you see them for exactly who they are and start acting accordingly, there's nothing they can do. When you become more aware of the traits of toxic, jealous, envious, miserable people, you start acting different. And what jealous people don't understand, what miserable people don't understand, the women who have been through the most, women who have been through some things in their life, they are the ones that you cannot get over. It's like we see right through their BS. We see right through the fact that, okay, you don't really call me like that, but now that I'm having an issue, why are you here? Why are you calling me so much? You didn't talk to me before. It's like women who have been through things are really hip to the games that people play when it comes to trying to disrupt your peace. Women who are intent on leveling up and doing better and staying at ease and staying in their feminine energy, we do not tolerate people trying to intrude on our privacy. That's why we don't say much when we go through certain things, because we've been there and done that. We have seen the result of telling people too much and how they use it against you. People who use the things that you confided in them about against you, they were never your friends. They were never your true supporters. People who come to you under the guise of saying they're going to be there for you and be there to support and encourage you, and all they do is at a later time use those things you told them against you, those people are not really your support. So moving in silence and being private, in my opinion, it is of utmost importance, especially as you start doing things in your life. If you're a woman who is trying to build a successful business, a career, look, you're just trying to exist in peace. You can't go around telling everybody everything that you're doing all the time, because with telling people what you're doing all the time comes thoughts, opinions, their fake concern. And next thing you know, if you're not careful, you will get confused by all of the extra opinions and thoughts that people throw out at you. For me, I don't ask people often what they think about something, especially when I know it's something that I'm sure of. And then I think with experience as women, when you go through more things, you become more sure of your moves. And especially the way I see it, if you're a spiritual woman, when you get your guidance from God, you don't really worry too much about what other people think or say about what you're doing. And you understand that inviting in too many opinions can also be inviting in confusion. And you don't want that when you're trying to accomplish things. And really the last thing, you don't want people who are going to be there to see you fail if you fail, because failure comes with life. Sometimes things don't go the way you want them to go. And you don't want people around you saying, I told you so. There are some people who are so jealous of you, so envious, where they don't want to see you doing what you're doing anyway. They're betting on you to fail. And if things don't go the way you wanted them to go, they'll be right there front and center waiting to say, I told you so. You can spare yourself of that if you just keep your personal business private and take your wins in private and take your failures in private. And if you have someone in your life that you can truly share those things with, and you know they're not a hater, they're not going to throw in your face what you should have did, what you should have said, how you should have did this. I can't stand people who like to do the woulda, coulda, shoulda game. What you should have done, what you could have done. If you would have did this, people like that often say those kind of things, but they're the very people who don't offer any support when you're starting out in the thing that you're pursuing. They don't offer any opinions. They don't offer support. They don't offer to be there for you or to do something for you. But the moment things go down, now they're telling you what you should have done. See, being more private spares you those kind of things. So as women, I truly believe that we have to become more private, more silent, and learn how to weed out the thoughts and opinions of other people in order for us to stay more clear-headed, level-headed, sober-minded, so that we can thrive in our lives. Don't make yourself somebody's entertainment. And by all means, don't post your personal business on social media. If you're having an argument with your man, don't post everything that he's doing on social media, because you're going to get over the situation and you're going to love him again. But the people on social media, your family and friends who lurk on your pages but don't say anything, all they're going to know is what you posted, and they're not going to let you forget what he did. Don't post how you feel horrible about your life in the moment, because the moment you're up, they'll be right there to remind you of, okay, are you still feeling this way? Because I remember you said. That's so demonic and so wicked, in my opinion, when people don't let you live down human moments as if they're perfect. People who get jealous of your ups are normally the people who will bring up your downfalls, who will bring up the things that you were down in a few weeks ago, a few months ago, maybe a year ago. They'll dig into your history, dig into your past in order to try to make you feel like you're not that great, as if you're faking your happiness. Jealous people always want you to believe that somehow you're being fake when you're truly happy about something in your life. And ladies, that's another reason why you want to be more private, because people who are not accustomed to you actually leveling up and living in a certain way, they assume everything is fake. And you shouldn't care about that. Of course, I'm not saying hide your life, but when I say be private, I mean don't give them all the details and don't tell people more things than what they need to know. Because once again, we're all human. And if you're not mentally and spiritually strong enough, those thoughts, those comments, those opinions from people will absolutely get under your skin. It took me years in my late teens and 20s to not care about what other people say and to not let their thoughts, opinions, and comments get the best of me. And I did that by being more private and then developing a thicker skin. Yes, we're feminine. Yes, we're soft. Yes, we like to be in our soft nature. But mentally, you have to be strong enough to recognize when people are speaking to you from a broken place. When people are trying to put you down, it's normally because they feel down about themselves. Don't personalize it. Pity them, pray for them, and move on. But ladies, be private, be silent, and don't let haters, jealous people, miserable people cause you to second guess and doubt your moves, all because they're trying to make your life their entertainment. Don't give them that opportunity. Stay private and move in silence. All right? Like and subscribe to the channel and share this content. Hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, put the high heel emoji in the comment section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.